scientists even at that time. And due to that only, India was a Vishwaguru at that time. During the Vedic era, we had the eminent scholars like Maharshi Kanad, who first discovered about the atoms 600 BC. Maharshi Kanad first showed in his Vaisheshik Sutra that the teeny particles with any matter has been constituted, that is atom, and when atoms combine, then it becomes molecules and like that. 600 BC. And in 12th century AD, Bhaskaracharya again propounded that the gravity, laws of gravity, that every matter, every entity which has weight like earth and other objects, they attract other objects towards themselves. And after Bhaskaracharya, who was in 12th century AD, 500 years later, Newton gave his principles of laws of motion. Then across the world we came to know about Newtonian's laws of motion. Not only in physical sciences, in many other sciences we see, in chemistry we see that Nagarjuna, he was the great chemist of 200th century BC. He gave many laws of chemistry, who converted mercury into gold. We know about Susruta, 600th century BC. He propounded many theories how we can operate an individual and 125 types of instruments he could constitute, prepare himself, and he performed more than 600 types of operations. So India has been a seat of learning for scientific knowledge, scientific discovery, scientific innovations. And always we have seen that Indian science, it has progressed, always it has progressed with the harmony with the nature. Because we feel, in our philosophy, in our Indian philosophy, we feel that nature has created us, whether plants or animals. We are part and parcel of the nature. So our scientific discoveries also move in consonance with the nature, in harmony with the nature. India got independence in 1947. If we compare 1947 and presently 2018, our population has tripled since that time. And our agriculture production has increased by 4 times. Now, in terms of total food production, total grain production, it is nearly 260 million tons per year compared to the 1947. In 1960, earlier to 1960, India had to import major food grains like wheat in PL 480 schemes and others. We had to import. But now situation has entirely changed. Thanks to the Green Revolution led by Professor M.S. Swaminathan in 1968-70, that we got many high-yielding varieties of crops like wheat, rice, and it was a marvelous revolution. And during the last 5-6 years, with the advent of modern biotechnological tools, we are in a position to produce genetically modified crops. And in India only, if we talk about more than 12 million hectares of land, we are sowing BT cotton. Although there are some controversies about BT cotton, but still India has become now a major exporter of cotton due to that BT cotton. In 94% of the land, cotton growing land, that is occupied by BT cotton now. So India has progressed, not only in agriculture. If we talk about the space technology, India has made Tejas aircraft. India launched Aryabhatta aircraft in the Earth orbit. First time in the world with less economy, India has produced Mangalyaan, and the first attempt, Mangalyaan went to the Mangal orbit. So the space technology, in healthcare measures, and healthcare measures also we have taken a great leap since 1947. Now India has become a polio-free country. Many vaccines have come up. Earlier to 1978, let us talk about the insulin, that the insulin was being extracted from pancreas of animals. But with advent of DNA recombinant technology in 1978, in India, the insulin was produced by recombinant Escherichia coli, recombinant E. coli, where human genome was integrated with the plasmid of E. coli, and in massive scale it was produced and is still being produced. So in all different fields, we have moved ahead. But at the same time, we have to see that science has to serve the cause of humanity without degrading our environment. I am from Banaras Hindu University, and most of you might be knowing, Dr. Pandey is here. Mahamana Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya ji, who established Banaras Hindu University. His concept was, na taham kamay rajyam, na swarg, na punarbhavam, kamay dukh taptanam, praninam arthanasam. Praninam arthanasam means to serve the humanity, to serve the poor people, how to alleviate the poverty. That should be the main objective of the science. And with that philosophy, the science is progressing in India, and it should progress. But at the same time, we have to see about our agriculture scenario. Professor Baraj Chaudhary, he gave very nice view of agriculture scenario in Rajasthan. On the Indian context, as such, few weeks earlier there was an excellent article by Professor M.S. Swaminathan in Hindu, where he pointed out that genetically modified plants, if we are sowing in our field, it may give very good yield, but it is not sustainable for the farmers. And if more and more input is to be provided in agricultural field by the farmers, more and more suicide cases will increase. So we have to take care of that particular situation. Just 1 week earlier, in the television news, while they are in Maharashtra, that onion growers, they have to sell the onion at the rate of rupees 1 per kg, rupees 2 per kg, whereas the input is itself 6 rupees per kg. So we have to take care of this situation that India was primarily agricultural country, still today also it is basically an agricultural country, though GDP contribution to the agriculture has declined over the year. It has come to near about 12%, 13%, when earlier it used to be more than 50% due to industrialization, due to urbanization, due to increasing service sector contribution in GDP. But primarily it is an agricultural country, so we have to see that the fertility of our soil is not lost. Fertility of the soil is being maintained, that we have to see. With more and more input of inorganic fertilizers, with more and more input of pesticides, a lot of heavy metals and a lot of unwanted materials are being added to our soil year after year. And when leaching occurs, all soluble materials are leached out, but the heavy metals, many other things, salts, they get accumulated. And that is the reason why every year millions of acres of lands are becoming salinized or becoming unsuitable for cultivation. So we have to see that our Mother Earth, it remains sustainable. It can sustain agriculture year after year. That we have to see. And we must go for organic farming. We must shift towards organic farming. And I would like to congratulate Aura Prakashan. They have brought a very nice book in this area, Jaivik Krishi ki Uttam Takniken, which perhaps it was admired by Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh also, and this book is being sold in quite large numbers, and very informative book. I have also gone through that. Very informative book for our farmers and agriculture growers. So we must switch in this direction. We must move towards organic farming, because we know land is our basic resource, basic natural resource. Our Indian population, we must see that Indian population is today 1.3 billion. World population is today about 7.2 billion. So we are 17% of world population. But in terms of land resource, we are having only 3% of global land. We are having only 5% of global water. And population is increasing day by day due to industrialization, due to urbanization, construction of roads. Land resource is shrinking, and we have to feed increasing population. And at the same time, we have to see that agriculture production is sustainable without disturbing our nature, without disturbing our environment. We see in many cities, today the situation is that many cities are coming in danger zone in terms of environmental pollution. Cities like Delhi, Kanpur, and Banaras, they are now on world map if we talk about the danger zone. Because due to the greenhouse gases, lot of carbon monoxide, lot of carbon dioxide, lot of xenobiotics, lot of obnoxious gases are coming out in the environment and polluting the environment. We have to see that our environment remains such that we are able to survive. Not for ourselves, but for environment remains sustainable. We are not going to do any harm towards the nature. The climate change due to this obnoxious gases, due to the greenhouse effects, there is year after year there is global warming, and with the danger of global warming, our biodiversity is being lost. India and many developing countries, they are the reserves of biodiversity. If we compare 50, there is a proverb where we pray to Mother Earth. हम पृथ्वी माँ से कहते हैं कि पृथ्वी माँ, मैं आपको उतना ही कष्ट पहुंचाना चाहता हूं जितना कि फिर मैं आपको दे सकूं. तो पृथ्वी से हमको, as I have been associated with the society since its inception, I have very well, often I have the opportunity to go through their journals like Global Journal of Bioscience and Technology, International Journal of Science and Nature, International Journal of Advanced Biological Research, International Journal of Engineering and Management, International Journal of Social Science and Humanities. All of their journals are high rated and they are quite good in their scientific content, and as pointed out earlier, the journals are well accepted by NAS, well accepted by the UGC. So I will urge upon, especially the younger generation, because India is the country of the youth, the younger generation, with their scientific temperament, they should contribute more and more to the scientific knowledge, to the scientific thought, and should contribute their article to these journals so that many more areas. Once again, I would like to congratulate the organizers for organizing such a nice 2-day seminar, and I am very sure that deliberations of the seminar will be useful for all of us, especially for the youngsters, and when they will go back to their parent institutions, they will work hard to make science as their career. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. You have touched all the aspects of life, right from the science to technology, to religion, to tradition, to tell us how we can promote, how we can respect our Mother Earth if we want to survive in this world for the generation to generation. Now I will invite Dr. Shishir Gangwar sir to present the memento to Dubey sir. Everybody in this world has some goal or the other, but there are very few who live for that goal only. They have dedicated their entire life, their academic career, for the development of their respective areas. Therefore, we are honoring them with Lifetime Achievement Awards. Now I will invite Dr. Shishir Gangwar to present these awards to these people. There is a change. Our chief guest, Honorable Professor Balraj Chaudhary sir, will give all these awards to the respective people. Dr. Vishal Nath for the area of horticulture. Dr. Ajay Kumar Pandey for the areas in fisheries. Dr. M. Bakal in the area of applied botany. Dr. Syed Jiaul Haq sir for sericulture. Thank you very much, sirs. Thank you very much. Now I will invite Dr. R.P. Sharma, Director, FGIT. Sir, please come and share your views along with us.
Dr. Balraj Chaudhary, BC Agriculture University, Jodhpur. Dr. R.S. Dwivedi, ex-Vice Chancellor. Dr. Vishal Nath ji, Ashok Chaudhary ji, Arvind Pandey ji, Gangwar ji, and all other dignitaries, various participants,